get stupid. No more body people will walk you through it step by step like they ain't been new kid. Inspiring with the new solution. Transmit hits with no delusion.
Hello everyone, this is Mrs. Har. I did the Let's Get It Started song. I was trying to look for the song and I thought it was Let's Get It Started where it starts off run in, run in, run in, run in, run in. I thought that would be a good one for our fitness section here, but I could not find it, so I apologize. So we had to do Let's Get It Started, which is pretty motivating as well. So hopefully this week you guys are in the midst of doing your exercise log. And now keep in mind, as you're doing it, I want you to look at your typical day. I do not want you to go, ooh, I'm doing an exercise log for Mrs. Hart, and I'm going to change things up because we really want to look at what you do on a current basis. So hopefully you are all in the midst of working on that now. Yep, Breezy, you're right, black eyed peas. So this week we're really focused on fitness. And when we talk about fitness, we're really talking about how you can be able to perform all the tasks you want to do without pain or shortness of breath. So fitness encompasses a whole piece, and it's not just sometimes we think about the cardiovascular. Now, cardiovascular is huge as far as the aerobic benefits. Cardiovascular health can really help prevent a lot of diseases and age-related diseases, but also diseases overall. So when you're doing something like aerobic exercise, there's numerous benefits. You're not only getting the cardiovascular benefits, but you're also getting strength. Hey, Josiah, thanks for joining us. You're also getting the strength. You're able to control your weight. Your energy levels going up. You're going to reduce anxiety and stress. The psychological benefits, your mood's going to increase. You're going to be able to handle hormonal changes. So, you know, it just really helps across the board. In addition to the physiological aspects, such as controlling blood pressure, cholesterol levels, heart health. Heart is a muscle. So aerobic exercise is huge. Oh, I'm sorry, Joshua. I call him Josiah. Yes, we have Joshua and Josiah here, so very good. So the benefits of exercise, I mean, there's so many, and they're still coming out with more and more. And when they look at people that have lived these really long lives, not just to live to an old age, let's say 90, 100, but also so that they are able to live life with a good fitness still. They're able to do things on their own and be independent, able to move without pain. The key, they say, these people when they interview them is over and over, is that it has to do with that they took care of themselves and performed either physical work or exercised on a regular basis. Now, in today's society, we don't have to now walk to go get water. We don't have to hand wash our clothes. We have automatic dishwashers. We have so many easy things to make our life easier. So we don't get the physical activity that someone 50 years ago might have gotten just to take care of their home. So we sometimes will have to supplement and include exercise, take walks, go for runs, bike, whatever it is, because things are so automated now that it's very easy to develop a sedentary lifestyle. And Breezy, don't let me forget to answer that question for you at the end of the session, okay? And we'll talk about what that is. So keep in mind that not only are you going to benefit now from incorporating some sort of aerobic exercise in your life, but you're also going to benefit long term. And you'll see these benefits kind of build on themselves. So often I'll see people start exercise and they're like, why aren't I losing weight right away? You have to keep in mind that yes, you're burning calories, and yes, you're going to start off losing weight, but for the long-term benefits, have you seen those people that work out on a continual basis and they always look slim? What happens is as you develop a workout routine, you're going to slowly build up your resting metabolic rate. So your metabolic rate before you start an exercise program and never exercising will be at a low level. And then you start to go to exercising, continually, it'll start to increase. When you do this over like a year period, your resting metabolic rate really increases. So even when you're not exercising, you're going to be burning more calories, which helps you to be thin in the long term. So hopefully that makes sense. Now, we talked about blood pressure, and blood pressure is huge. There can be so many negative effects from having high blood pressure. One immediate byproduct of exercising, is getting some form of aerobic exercise, is that your blood pressure will go down. Breezy, Camera, Josiah, Joshua, have you guys ever had your blood pressure tested? Yeah, good, good. Excellent. So when you go to the doctors, they're going to take your blood pressure, and they might have, they may not have. Usually they'll take it when you go in for your child visits or your yearly exams, but sometimes they won't. Basically what we're looking for at your age is we want something like, maybe 110/70 would be perfect. Somewhere around there. What we really don't want to see is something like 140/100. That would be, there's something wrong here, especially when you're younger. Oh, you want me to put on my video? Okay, well, hold on, Breezy. I'll do it in just a little bit for you. Hey, Josh, thanks for joining us. So anyhow, back to where I was. So keep in mind, that's why they take your blood pressure. The other thing is your pulse. Your heart is a muscle. And so, like other muscles, your heart benefits from a good workout. Excuse me. And to get your heart working out, you should provide it aerobic exercise. That makes it pump faster. So you'll take your pulse. And your pulse, if you're going ahead, let's say you even ran up and down the stairs twice. Even once it'll start to change, but up and down the stairs twice. Take your pulse prior to doing it and take your pulse after. Prior to doing it, your pulse might be anywhere from 60 to 80. If you work out a lot, it might even be 50 to 70 or 80, 80 right around there. After you run those stairs, your pulse is going to go up and it'll stay sustained for a little bit. What you're doing is you're exercising that muscle. Now, the beautiful thing is people that work out on a long-term basis, doing it a couple times a week, 3-4 times a week, over a year, their pulse, or even over 6 months, their pulse is going to start to go down, their resting pulse. So, if you were to take my pulse, and I never worked out, my pulse might be, and I'll say that at my age, my pulse might be, let's say 84 if I didn't work out. 80, 84 at an age of 45. Now, oops, I sound like a chipmunk. That means that the sound doesn't catch up to me. Do I sound better now? I'll slow it down and then it helps. Oh, I'm still a chipmunk? Bummer. Okay, sometimes it just takes a second for it to catch up. Yeah, you're right, Josiah. Joshua, sorry. So anyhow, if I never worked out and I took my pulse and I was about 45, it might be about 80 to 90, right around there. Maybe even as good as 75, maybe even higher than that. If I work out like Mrs. Hart does, my resting heart rate, because I've worked out for years and I do a variety of workouts, is my resting pulse. When I say heart rate, pulse and heart rate, I can use them interchangeably. It is like 58. So when I go to the doctors, they take it, they're like, woo! Your pulse is really slow. And they're like, but do you work out? And I said, yes. So it's very healthy. You want your pulse to be nice and slow. That means your heart is able to operate and squeeze in a rhythmic, slow, effective manner. So that muscle, that machine is working effectively because it's strong. When your heart is not so strong, your pulse is faster because it has to squeeze that much faster to get the same results. So that's what we're looking at is exercise long term. It's going to lower your blood pressure. It's going to lower your pulse. There's so many incredible benefits. So do you guys know what your pulse is? You guys can even get a stopwatch and look at it for 15 seconds. Use your cell phone, because I know y'all have cell phones. Not many people have watches today. But go ahead and look at your cell phone. And so what you can do is you can just look at it for 15 seconds, put 2 fingers on your wrist area, and you'll feel it. You'll move around, you'll feel it. It doesn't take a huge skill to find that pulse. And hold it there for 15 seconds, and then you're going to multiply, obviously, by 4. Unless you want to hold it there for the whole 60 seconds, that's fine too. Breezy is 62. That's perfect, Breezy. So there you go. You're looking for something anywhere between 60 and 100, but usually your age, it's not going to be above 80. So that's how you're going to go ahead and check your pulse. And I encourage everybody to check their pulse just so you know what your normal pulse is today. And kind of keep an eye on that. So if anything's changing, if your pulse starts going faster, you know something's going on. Perhaps you're fighting an infection. That might be why your pulse is going a little bit faster than normal. 52, Cameron, that's perfect. Cameron, you must work out. I think you do. So keep those in mind, and then you can check your resting pulse, and then run up and down the stairs twice, and then check what your pulse is after you go up and down the stairs. And as you get used to working out, you're going to notice that when you run up and down the stairs, that high pulse, it will go back to normal quicker the more you start working out. So it's amazing. It's amazing how we can really impact our internal organs and our ability to stay healthy by exercise. Okay, enough of Mrs. Haar being on the bandwagon of exercise. You all know the benefits. There is so many benefits. You guys, if you do start to do some kind of sport, you are going to do a PPE. Have you guys done the sports physical yet? A lot of schools, especially here in Jefferson County, before you do any sports with them, you have to do one. Yes, okay. So they're going to ask you health history, and that's why I had you guys do that today, or in our assignment this week, because I think it's really important for you to understand that, oh my goodness, I'm not moving my slides, am I? Sorry, guys. That there could be things in your history that if you understand that you can look out for, it's very important that you ask your family about your medical history. And keep that information handy. You might even want to print out that assignment and throw it in a file somewhere. Oh, you didn't have to do a health checkup for your ultimate frisbee. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so that's what I really want to promote you guys being aware. Know your blood pressure. If you go there to the doctor's office, find out what your blood pressure is. Just kind of know what your norms are. But more importantly, which is easy for you to check your pulse. Go ahead and listen to it, feel it for 15 seconds, then multiply that by 4, and know that you what your normal pulse is. All right. So, and also be aware of your family histories when you are getting ready for, when you do your physicals. As you ask those questions, be aware of your family histories are, because a lot of things they can potentially cut off or prevent if they're aware, if your doctors are aware, your health care providers. So, once again, Mrs. Haar has an MHTA, and I'm going to say it's small again. I want you guys, if you're out there and you don't exercise on a regular basis, let's say that you don't, out of the ordinary, I'm going to go for a run, or I'm going to go participate in a sport, or go to the club, or whatever it is, and go for a walk with your dog. If you don't do any of those on a daily basis, I really want you guys to start thinking about even running up the stairs and down twice. If you did that 4 times a week, that will have tremendous benefits for your heart, your blood pressure, and believe it, that sounds so small, huh? Up and down the stairs twice. You're not even going to get gross and sweaty with that, so you really don't have an excuse. And you can even start walking up and down the stairs initially. So the biggest thing, Joshua lives on the 3rd floor, so it would be easy to do. You are going to give your heart an exercise, which is going to give all the different byproducts are going to flow from that, because it's an aerobic exercise. So my request of you all, my MHTA, Mrs. Haar, is try to increase your activity level, even if it's just a small bit. Now, if you are like a lot of us and you work out on a continual basis, excellent. Keep doing that, but maybe you want to, and we're going to talk about, maybe you want to incorporate a little bit more strength training or stretching. Try to mix it up a little bit, take care of yourself, but if you're not exercising right now, try to squeeze in a little bit. It's amazing, because what'll happen is you do get addicted to exercise. People will tell you, when they haven't exercised for a while, they really start to feel yucky. So our objectives for this week, we talked about the physical benefits of exercise and sports physical. You guys nailed that. MHTA.
So the MHTA is little things, little steps. I want you all to make little steps. So share with me one little thing you can do differently today to increase your physical exercise. So just the smallest thing, it can be like, I'm going to park farther away. I'm going to go up and down the stairs 2 extra times or 1 extra time, or I'm going to turn on the music and dance for 5 minutes. So share with me something you can do today. That's your MHTA. Thanks so much, everyone.